More than 27 million people worldwide are victims of human trafficking. Many of them are victimized a second time when they face a jail sentence for taking part in the sex trade, even though it was against their will. Well, now Regent University is taking up the fight by helping survivors get a fresh start. Abigail Robertson brings us the details.
While some victims of human trafficking may eventually find freedom from their traffickers, the legal charges of prostitution and many other forced crimes follow them the rest of their lives.
I had to do drugs, which meant I had to possess drugs, which is illegal. I had to steal. I had to hurt other people sometimes, other women, because if I didn't, I didn't know what he would do to me.
Olivia first became a trafficking victim at 18 years old. Her boyfriend turned abusive and demanded she make money by selling herself for sex.
On an average, I probably saw 20 dates a night. There was a quota. I had to make a certain amount every day, and if I didn't make it, there was no food, no sleep, no nothing until I made it.
Olivia says he then tried to kill her when she got pregnant with his child. Feeling desperate, she called her mom from a Boston hospital. That led to a train ticket to Virginia to escape her abuser. However, her freedom was short-lived.
My first trafficker made me believe that I wasn't good for anything else. You know, you're never going to get a real job. Nobody's going to ever want to hire you. You're a prostitute. Nobody's going to want you. And I believed it. So even when I was on my own, I still prostituted.
Vulnerable, homeless, and addicted to drugs, a new trafficker found Olivia and promised to take care of her as long as she did what he asked.
When you have a trafficker, you got to give them everything. There is no, I get to keep a little for myself or control my own money. There technically was no leaving.
Olivia tells CBN News she often hoped to get arrested for prostitution so she could get out of her situation. While that wish eventually came true, it resulted in a 4-year prison sentence on charges including prostitution and drug possession.
I'm not a prostitute. Really, I'm a human trafficking victim. And I didn't know that for a very long time, I thought because I did it on my own sometimes that it was because I wanted to, or that was just how I had to live. But I was trained in my brain to think that way, to think that there was no other way to live.
2 years ago, Regent University helped get a law passed in Virginia that agrees, viewing Olivia and others like her as victims, not criminals.
Human trafficking, by its nature, is using force, fraud, coercion, manipulation. It is exploitation of another and forcing them to commit an array of crimes.
The center recently launched a clinic to provide survivors with the legal help needed to file petitions to have their records expunged. Olivia is their first victory.
It became clear that this could be the piece that we bring to the puzzle, that survivors have access to this law but don't know about it.
The center launched a clinic 2 months ago to provide survivors with the legal help needed to file petitions to have their records expunged. Olivia is their first victory.
This relief is significant. It is helping survivors like Olivia clear criminal convictions that they don't deserve to have on their record. They didn't have the intent to commit these crimes. And so even when they exit human trafficking, they may be physically free from the predator, the trafficker. This criminal record goes with them.
The clinic also connected with a local law firm to train attorneys on the law, human trafficking, and trauma-informed lawyering.
God is moving. You know, our enemy prowls around like a roaring lion, but we have the actual Lion of Judah with us. We get to pray and research and advocate from a place of victory.
While not all of Olivia's record is clean, she tells CBN News she's relieved her most embarrassing charge is erased.
Forget the record being gone. Just knowing that they realize that we're victims and not criminals is probably the best part about the entire thing.
And she's hopeful Virginia's law expands one day to clear other charges.
People think they know what human trafficking is, but I don't think they realize the extent of it. It's not just prostitution. It's not just, selling sex. It's anything. And that's how I got my record. You know, I got it from being trafficked.
The clinic not only helps survivors, it's providing Regent Law students real-life experience with human rights and anti-trafficking work.
God loves stories of beauty from ashes, of redemption and restoration and forgiveness and new life. And we hope at Regent Law to inspire a generation of attorneys who are going to walk with people in the midst of those stories as an advocate for people in those stories. And I can't think of a better way to do that than this new human trafficking clinic.
Moving forward, Regent hopes to scale up the number of victims they're able to help through this clinic. And they're even planning to bring Olivia on as an official part of the team as they work with more survivors. Reporting from Regent University, Abigail Robertson, CBN News.
Well, if you want to get involved in the fight against sex trafficking and get involved in very practical ways, and we have a very practical way for you to do that. All you have to do is go to the Regent Center for Global Justice, their website, globaljustice.regent.edu, and you can be part of helping to fight that. That's affiliated with our law school, the Regent University Law School. We're also training people in trauma counseling through Regent University. So if you'd like to look at getting a degree to help those in need, it's real simple. Call 866-910-7615, or you can go to regent.edu to get more information. And if you're a victim of sex trafficking and you have a prostitution conviction on your Virginia criminal record, you may qualify for record relief under the state's, and this is a weird term, VACR law, and you can call us, 757-352-4660, or you can email us at that email address, Center for Global Justice, CGJ Clinic, at regent.edu with your contact information. Our graphic is wrong there. It says it's CGC. It's actually CGJ Clinic. Or you can just go to globaljustice.regent.edu/clinic. If you live outside of Virginia, you want to find out how your state can pass a similar law, we'd be glad to help you too. All you have to do is contact us at the Center for Global Justice. Do it now and say, yes, I want to be a